Hey runners, happy Thursday, July 30th. Um, I'm back. The last video I had mentioned that I thought I had COVID with the symptoms that I had: fatigue, coughing, a high fever, just all around felt like crap. So yeah, a lot to kind of catch up on. On the Monday, I'm looking at my calendar, July 13th is when I started feeling sick, and it wasn't anything horrible, but I just felt a little run down. Went to work, and my fever was starting to come up a little bit. I think I got it to like 100. And then Monday morning, before work, I had ran like 3.5 miles, and I did a 200-meter pretty hard run with my wife as she was wrapping up her speed work. Did pretty good there and felt exhausted, but nothing crazy. Then I, like mentioned, went to work, felt exhausted. Tuesday, I did a mile. That's all I could do. I think I did like a 12-minute pace or something, 12:30, or 11:30. Anyway, slower than when I normally run. Went to work. My temperature got up to 100.9, so I was sent home. That day, I was able to actually get COVID testing through CVS, which ended up being a nightmare because that whole ordeal of getting tested to getting my results took, I got tested on the 14th, and I got my results on 28th, was it? It took over 2 weeks. And it came back negative, which is, honestly, I believe I had it. I had all the symptoms of it. My fever got up to 103 at one point, but was continuously well over 100, 101, 102. And that was for 11 straight days. I had the chills. I remember one day, after working from home, I put on ski gloves because I was so cold. I got under the covers, turned on the heating blanket, and it was exhausting. From the, like I said, 13th I got sick. I probably contracted it days before that, but it wasn't until that later in the week, like Wednesday, Thursday, the 15th, 16th, is when I really started to feel like crap. I basically laid in bed, came down to eat for 3 meals, and on that laid in bed. Long nights. My wife stayed home to help. Thankfully she did, because there's not much I could do. I was just exhausted. I have not been that sick. I can't even recall the last time. I mean, I had a flu maybe 20, 25 years ago, and that lasted like a couple days. But I never had anything like this before. This just completely wiped me out. I lost 7 pounds. I gained a half pound back as of this morning. I've been eating pretty good the last couple days. But yeah, I lost 7 pounds, which I guess for some people is a lot. For some, it's not a lot, for about 2 weeks or so of being sick. But it was coming off pretty quick. Yeah, I was trying to stay hydrated, putting ice packs on my forehead, my carotid, my every major artery that I could think of. I was doing that for about 4 days or so, 5 days, and it was scary. But never had anything like that before. I cannot recall the last time I was really that sick. So last Wednesday, the 22nd, 8 o'clock at night, I usually went to bed sometimes as early as 7:30, but between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock that night on Wednesday 22nd was the last time I took my acetaminophen. And keep in mind, I've been taking the acetaminophen during the time that I had the fever, but I mean, it would help, but not much. I mean, I took the acetaminophen not early on, but probably about 4 days into it, I had to take it because I was just running high on a fever. But last Wednesday, the 22nd, is when I stopped taking the acetaminophen. I said, okay, you know what? It's been about maybe a week or so since I've taken it. Let's go off of it and see how I feel. The next morning, the 23rd of Thursday of July, I didn't have a fever. I checked it often, and I still do a couple times a day, but I didn't have a fever that Thursday, and I haven't had a fever since. So the last fever I had was on the 22nd or so of July, and it's now the 30th, so over a week. However, I still have this lightheadedness, some coughing. Breathing is good for the most part, although when I take a deep breath, I feel a little tightness. But no issues with breathing. I'm not wheezing. I'm sleeping through the night. Just tiredness, fatigue. I'll sleep for like an hour, 2 hours or so during the weekday, each day. Sometimes maybe 2 naps just to recover. However, I am trying to keep my body strong. I'm not doing a ton. The last 3 days I've gone out for a run, and on Tuesday I stopped basically every quarter mile to rest a little bit, and then I would run again. That was the hardest day because I felt like crap. I mean, really just exhausted, but I need to do something for my body just to get a little bit in. Wednesday was a better day. I did a mile. I ran for 0.31, and I rested for a little bit, and then I ran to like 0.61 or so, and then I rested a little bit, and then I ran about 4/10 of a mile to complete the mile. So I only stopped twice during that yesterday, which was great. Felt exhausted, of course, and then I'd walk home. So I'd get my mile in, and I'd walk maybe the mile home. So a couple miles for the workout, and was exhausted coming home. This morning, things are improving. I'm still a little bit exhausted, fatigued, tired, but I ran a mile. My goal was to run without stopping, and I did. I did it in 11:32, which is slow. An easy run for me is like 10 minutes. But I am excited because I didn't stop at all. I felt really, decent for the first half mile. My heart rate, I tried to keep it under 130, but it was climbing. I think it got to like 144 at one point towards the end. The last quarter mile was a little tough, but I got to the mile, so yes. Slowly but surely, I know that I am getting better with each passing day. The symptoms are still lingering, but I think I am improving. My appetite is good. Yesterday I actually was craving Subway, so I had a Subway sandwich, and I had a whole foot long, which normally I can do when I'm well, but the last time I had Subway was a week ago, and I had a 6-inch, and that was all I could eat. Yesterday I had a whole foot long, and it was stuffed with meat and veggies, so that was delicious. So even though my test came back negative, which in my mind is a false negative, I know a lot of people's results were coming back negative when they were really struggling with some of the same symptoms. Regardless, I'm on the road to recovery, although it is a long one. I am grateful because of my wife, who's been here every day since I've been sick, and making sure I'm eating, making sure that I'm doing well, and also my family and friends who've reached out and brought goodies over, fruits, juices. So thank you to everybody for helping me to my road to recovery. I can't wait to get back and get past this, but I hope you guys are doing well. Definitely take this serious. I never imagined that I would be in this position. I always thought, yeah, there's a chance I could get it. But until you actually have it or have symptoms that are very closely resembling COVID, you really don't know. And it's a scary thing. But I'm a very strong person, both mentally and physically. I take these things as challenges. For me to want to run a mile these past 3 days and to get faster or at least not stop, it's these little challenges that I create within myself that I've always done before. And I think that's what's really helped me in moving forward and getting stronger and having really a goal in mind, because I'm pretty stubborn, I'm very competitive, and if I feel that I can get stronger and better, I will do what it takes to do so. And I think I'm on that road to recovery. So just want to let you guys know kind of the latest of what's going on. Day by day, we're whipping this thing in the ass, and we're coming out on top. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. You guys be safe. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.